Everyone knows now how important the hidden road purchase was for both Ripple and XRP. But what if I told you that Ripple has a much bigger secret they're not telling us about this purchase? We started to figure it out by reading interviews with famous people like Monica Long and seeing how they let something slip about what they're doing with Hidden Road. This movie has something very important to say about XRP and the XRP system, so pay close attention. We should start with the sale itself because a lot of people were interested in what was going on around it. First, Ripple had to pay $1 billion, 0 cents, and $250 million, 0 cents, to buy this company. Next, people started to pay attention to the $3, 0 cents that was moved from Hidden Road every year. Third, everyone paid attention to the fact that more than 300 top schools use Hidden Road. This is a big deal again. The numbers are clear and important, but what if I told you it's more than just $3 trillion, 0 cents a year, and the more than 300 major banks linked to Hidden Road? First, let's look at what David Schwartz said about the amount of money that moves every day and how the XRP ledger will focus on that. For example, the main broker handles over 50 million transactions every day on different traditional rails, and we have to wait up to 24 hours for those transactions to settle. Now imagine even a small amount of that activity, what is going on with the XRP record, and that's what Hidden Road really wants to do. He also talks about how security in real world assets that are tokenized on XRP system will be used in the future. That's a goal because we'll be back to this post to figure out what they're going to do next. That's where we saw the first signs. But in April, Wrath with Kwon and I did talk about this in a video. SBI Holdings also brought attention to this buy. We have important things going on. It's interesting that SBI made it public that Ripple was buying Hidden Road. Oh no! The Osaka swap plans could lead to a lot of interesting events. A big partner of the SBI group, Ripple Labs Inc., has said it will buy Hidden Road, a major prime ordeal with Cash, XRP, and Treasury stock. This is good news for SBI Holdings and SBI Ripple Asia. I think we already know why SBI brought this up, even though that was interesting that they did. We'll get to that. But let's go back to this post about different points of view. That was the big story behind Hidden Road. Ripple bought Hidden Road for $1.250 billion, 0 cents, and they want to open an office in Abu Dhabi. FE, people in the UAE will be able to use the company's prime trade and clearing services. That big change happening in less than a month is a big deal. Then on April 17th, we learned that FINRA had also given Hidden Road a license to be a broker-dealer. This changed everything. We look at stocks, bonds, and other common types of money markets. So this is a big step forward for Fund Hidden Road's fixed income prime trading platform. It also helps them get better at those things. After we talk more about what Ripple wants to do, this will fit right in. First, let's talk about the Abu Dhabi company's big news. In this case, they got the go-ahead from ATM. If we zoom in, you can see these things. To begin, getting our IPA from EDM is a big deal for our company. ADP is an important market for institutional growth because it has strict rules for companies. The IPA shows that the company is still committed to making sure that both standard and digital asset markets are safe and open around the world. This is an important step that adds to Hidden Road's growing list of licenses and approvals from government groups. It has a license from the Netherlands Authority of the Capital Markets to work as an investment company and a crypto asset service provider. It has been approved by the UK's Financial Conduct Authority as an AML5 and method investment firm. Hidden Road Partners, CIVSLC, is a member of the National Futures Association, the Fixed Income Clearing Corporation, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. It is also a registered Futures Commission merchant. Our goal from the start has been to make it easy for our clients to access both traditional and online markets. To keep our word, we are still always pleading for permission from governments around the world. We know that following clear rules and regulations makes things more open and trustworthy. Since Hidden Road got its IPA from the FSRA, it can now work as a regulated financial services business. This makes Evercity Ham happy for the company. They chose to give more services in the world's financial center, which shows that Abu Dhabi has a lot of great opportunity. They're looking forward to Hidden Road getting permission to offer banking services. When we think about this, we can see that Hidden Road is doing some big things and following the rules, which is great for Ripple. Let's talk about the facts again. Go back to David Schwartz in the future. He said that the XRP ledger could be used for security in real world assets that have been turned into tokens. These are real things. Stocks and bonds are on our minds because even Hidden Road is now paying attention to the big money markets. Now we'll go back to Monica Long. She says that the company will sell stocks and bonds to try to grow. Check this out. When it comes to different bank services, the payment case is like a base case. For example, if you think about insurance payout, it ends with a payment. Feel free to move on to other types of financial use cases at any time. We thought this was the most important thing to work on first. It seems like the capital markets would be a good place to grow. That's why stocks and bonds, yes, payments are a bit like that too. Yes, when think of stocks, bonds, and other traditional markets, this fits well with the buying of the Hidden Road. Now, let's look at some of the new ideas we saw in April, like those from Tour MCO, whose 2XRP debt ETF has already been fully accepted. Thanks a lot to Smoke Dog for this. There are 2XRP CRM here. Along with XRP and Hidden Road, Ripple is creating the new Wall Street. Pay close attention to this. Also think that all coins like XRP are useful. I think XRP is a great way to do things and things will only get better. They bought something today. I think it was Prime Broker, which is great because it means they can settle all types of assets almost right away. That frontliner, the new Wall Street, will be built on blockchain and move very quickly. This is a great start. It doesn't take 3 days to wire money anymore. We'll get money right away, which is good. Yes, you also keep Valve. Okay, now pay attention to me. When we think about what's really going on behind the scenes of Hidden Road, this is the big step into normal markets where Wall Street is becoming the new Wall Street. That works closely with Ripple and even XRP. That much is clear. Ando is making Wall Street too. This is very important. What's all the fuss about Hidden Road? This shows how big Hidden Road really is in the fields they work in, like stocks, bonds, and even foreign exchange. The deal is meant to help Ripple grow its R0 USD stablecoin, which Hidden Road used as collateral. Ripple also wants to add post-trade action to the XRP ledger and make Ripple payments. Most people think this won't be very big, but Hidden Road already has a